Hey there, folks. It's another end of the year video as we approach Christmas time. You should be watching this on the 23rd if you're watching it the day it came out, which is a Saturday. Tomorrow you will get a regular episode on Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas Day, on Monday, you'll get a special Christmas episode. And then we'll get back to this end of the year content. So you got domestic yesterday. Today is going to be my top 10 favorite import action figures of the year. Then you'll get some vlog content, and then we'll move back to the end of the year. So like I said, if you don't know the rules, it has to be stuff I bought myself, didn't like, and then I sought out to purchase this year. Easiest way to think about it. You can certainly, if you watch my domestic video, go into a little more details of the rules. But let's get going. My top 10 favorite import figures of the year, meaning things that are primarily sold overseas and have to be imported into America. These are not things that you're usually going to see in a Walmart or Target, even though it's becoming a little more common with certain lines. But usually you have to go seek them out yourself. Certainly you can buy them from Big Bad Toy Store, but they will be at an expensive price point if you import them yourself from a place like Ami, A-M-I, which is where I get my imports. Way cheaper. And they also have some various bundling shipping and fixed rate shipping options that you can use as well. So let's get started. This is a pretty big category for me. In this category, I have 26 SH Figure Arts, 17 of those Dragon Ball Z, and probably all of them are anime related. 13 Mafex figures, 6 Sentinel figures, 6 Figma figures, 3 Amazing Yamaguchi figures, 3 Ramen Toy figures, and then 4 other random imports. 61 total products that were purchased in imports this year, which includes a vehicle, the Ramen Toys Red Gull Wing, which will not be on this list. I won't have any of the big vehicles on any of my lists because I'm going to talk about those a little differently in my final video, the top 10 overall. But that does include the Red Gull Wing, which is the mask kind of IROC Z Firebird vehicle. So 61 total eligible for this category. Let's get into the top 10. Number 10, SH Figure Arts. I think this was a premium Bandai exclusive, which unfortunately a lot of them are these days. Orange Piccolo. It's a new mold for Piccolo, which we maybe have had new molds, but they're almost identical because it's big, beefy Piccolo, ready to do work. We really enjoyed the Dragon Ball Superhero movie that came out last year. We had a lot of figures come from that this year, like Gamma 1, Gamma 2, like the Brawly that's crying. But a lot of the figures from Superhero were just kind of minor costume changes. We did get the premium Bandai Gohan Beast, which is a really good figure, but I picked Orange Piccolo to make the list. I just love how big he is. And big, beefy figures typically win for me in the way I think about action figures. And while I hate the P Bandai model, I hate having to pay up front and that things can sell out and It just kind of is what it is. One thing I didn't like about this general line, the Dragon Ball Superhero, is it was like a build a Gohan for a long time. Like almost every figure came with a different face or a different hairpiece for Gohan. And I ain't a lot of that. I don't want to buy 13 Gohan bodies. So, interesting enough. Orange Piccolo. Coming in number 9, another SH Figure Arts, another premium Bandai release, Third Form Frieza. Now, he's a gangly, and remember I'm putting pictures here as we're talking, he's kind of a gangly, weird guy. Really big upper body, kind of tiny legs. One thing I like a lot about this is they are doing all the forms of Frieza. I think they maybe just put up 4th Form Frieza and Mecha Frieza. Those are recent pre-orders. In fact, I have my pre-orders right here from Premium Bandai. Full Power Frieza. Yep. That's what I meant, Full Power. And Mecha Frieza. Yeah, I have both of those on pre-order. So they're doing all the different forms of Frieza, which is fun. I think one of the things that the Dragon Ball line of Figure Arts has done really well is like kind of go in and fill in holes in the Cell Saga, holes in the Frieza Saga, the Namek Saga. He's a fun figure. It's kind of hard to get to stand, and I need to renew my display. But I'm always going to be partial to, like, especially the villain figures, Frieza, Cell, and especially Boo. I really like them. Coming in at number 8, which is one of my favorite lines of the year, SH Figure Arts from Chainsaw Man, is Samurai Sword. So I picked up, I think, 3 Figure Arts Chainsaw Man figures this year. Their designs are just absurd. That anime, the manga, the designs are really just crazy. They're just bizarre, fun, entertaining, crazy designs, which you wondered how they were going to translate to figure form. Well, they translated really well. Samurai Sword has swords in his arms and swords in his head, and he's just a crazy design, truly. Just a crazy design. And of course goes good with another figure you're going to see later on this list. And I really hope they keep diving into some of the weird, are they called demons in that show? Yeah, they're demons, I think. The ones that, like, so he's a sword demon. I believe that's right. With all the different anime that we watch, sometimes I get confused. Because in Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't think it's called a demon. I don't remember. He's a great figure. He's unlike anything you got on your shelf. Coming in at number 7, from Amazing Yamaguchi, Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi, it is Endeavor. Now, that was hard because the My Hero Academia Amazing Yamaguchi lines got really good. They had Hawks come out this year, great figure. Kirishima come out, great figure. One of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen in a way you're going to package something in that Kirishima figure, in that he has an interchangeable torso because he hardens his torso. And they have all the pieces on this interchangeable torso, except it's not actually interchangeable. The ball peg won't just swap over. You have to take it completely apart and move it over to the other middle torso piece. Do not understand that decision at all. I understand if they were just pieces that were packaged, but you actually created a thing to put them on. Why didn't you just print 2 of the others, or run 2 of the others? I don't know. That's not the figure we're talking about. Endeavor. Early Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech figures were always gappy, especially with big guys. They didn't look great. Venom, it's really hard to look great. Endeavor looks great. He comes with a lot of flame effects, all these eyes, all this great stuff. But even just kind of in a neutral form, he looks really good. And I like Endeavor. I think the story with Endeavor has been very interesting in My Hero Academia. So that comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6, a company that probably you haven't heard of if you don't collect anime figures. It is from BuzzMod. I think Aniplex also is involved in this. And it is Tengen Uzui from Demon Slayer. Now, the Demon Slayer figures, we collect a lot of different ones, but we specifically buy all the Figma, but we have never opened those. And then we buy the BuzzMod. Now, BuzzMod is kind of like Mafex articulation with Mezco's soft goods. Sounds great, right? Sometimes it is great. This Uzui, great. It's a great figure. Sometimes it's not so good. The Inosuke figure isn't very good. They're just really expensive. They often push $150, $160. I haven't found a way to import them myself cheaper than that. I don't know if it's just the licensing or they're just really charging a lot for it. I don't know. But he's great. I really like the character too. He's got the 2 huge swords. He's got a lot of different expressions that are fun. And I think this is when they're really at their best. This is the thing they do. Would I recommend collecting BuzzMod Demon Slayer? No, because it's expensive. But it looks great on a shelf. So it kind of is what it is. Moving on, that was number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 5, going back to SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball, Android 19. I mean, again, like I talked about, they are going through and doing all the saga right now. They're completing all the different androids, Dr. Gero, all these. 19 is certainly an interesting design. Again, big chunky boy. This guy doesn't have a ton of articulation. I know some people don't love that, but I think he looks really good on the shelf, and he is an interesting design. So I was very happy to get him. I didn't change out a lot of pieces. I think he's probably very similar to the way he was displayed. I have to redo my Dragon Ball shelves, like I mentioned, but really good, and I'm happy to be filling out lines. I'm happy that they're going in, finishing teams, and all this stuff. Coming in at number 4. This is one of those other, so is BuzzMod. Fury Toys. I'm treating them as an import because you have to get them from like 5K Toys. The Blade Master Wing, the like samurai tiger sword dude. He's awesome. Now, I had all the Fury Toys originally on pre-order. I don't know if Memory Toys and Fury Toys are the same company. I don't know if Fury, A-Y, is the same as Fury. I don't know any of that. I know that I think it was from a Fury Toys company. I bought that Donatello figure, our Leonardo figure that was called like Spring, that looks like just a cool turtle, and then sometimes actually looks like Leonardo the Ninja Turtle, depending on if you change out the parts and pieces. It just depends on what you do. And I think that was from a company called Fury, F-U-R-Y. This is from Fury, and Memory Toys makes the panda. So there's all these different animals made from similar 5K Toys companies, and I don't know which is which. I just don't know. So, but this tiger is awesome. He's more articulated than I would think. He's huge. He's got the two big, huge blades. He's got all these different display options. I wish he had a soft goods cloak. It makes me think I need to go back and get, like, there's a rat, isn't there? And there's like a wolf. And I want that panda. Oh boy. He's cool. Coming number 3. A figure I just opened yesterday too, but one I was very excited for. SH Figuarts Metal Cooler from Dragon Ball. I don't know what Super 7 thought or what their reason was that they could not vac metal Silverhawks originally. And now they are coming out with vac metal. I don't know if this is vac metal, but this thing is so cool looking. It is so shiny, so metallic, so chrome. It's impossible for pictures to do it justice or video. It is awesome. You can see it all the way across a room. Like, look at that shiny thing over there. Very, very well done. Has some cool alternate accessories. Sure, it's just basically a repaint of Frieza. So what? It is in this incredible metal. Now, it was expensive, and it was also premium Bandai. And is it worth the money that it costs? No. And I know that you're supposed to army build this. I don't know who's army building this, because I think it was something like $140. It was expensive. Man, it's a wow factor on a shelf. And again, figures we haven't had before in the Dragon Ball shelf, which is great. That was number 3. Moving to number 2. This is from Figma, from the game Metroid Dread. It is the Samus Aran Metroid Dread version in the red, white, and blue. I loved Metroid Dread. I love when Figma specifically does video game characters. The Figma Zelda, Link, those are great. The Figma Samuses are great. This figure is awesome. It's worth it. It's like $100 that you could import. I imported mine for like $60. Now it's probably getting expensive in the aftermarket, but it's worth it. I love the game, so I wanted something representative, but it's super, 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 super articulated. It doesn't have a ton of accessories. It has a regular cannon, then it has like the big cannon that you get to fight the Emmy. It has a little morph ball. It has a really cool magnetic base where you could have her like hanging off of the fridge or something magnet. It's just really, really good. D Amazing did a great review of it if you're interested in it. If you're a Metroid, I'm a big Metroid fan growing up. Super Metroid, one of my favorite games of all time. Probably a top 10, definitely, maybe top 5. And I love Metroid Dread. I 100% it. It's a great game. All right, let's finish it up. Number 1, the number 1 import figure of the year. And you say it was different. Usually I have Dragon Ball by itself, but I decided to put it all together because I bought a lot more different imports. I don't know, very little Marvel DC, a little bit in the Mafex. But number 1, also from SH Figuarts, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. This figure, let me go back like I was showing you my old lists. At the second quarter, it was my number 2 figure of the year. Through the first half of the year, it was my number 2 figure of the year. And spoiler, it probably will stay on that top 10 list. I love this figure. I love it. I love the anime, I love the manga. We didn't know much about it. We had heard about it. Kai and I watched the first episode, and it just gripped us. Even though, like, it's weird, and you're like, did I like that? Did I not like that? I'm not sure. It makes you feel things, and it is rapid pace, nonstop. It goes, and it doesn't stop. It's really, really good. And this figure's awesome. Again, they had it out like a couple months after the anime came out, in the different interchangeable like forearms, so you can have the chainsaw blades in the head. I wish it had Pochita. It's a big mess. They are releasing a Denji figure, which is how they'll get you to buy Pochita. We also buy the Figma Chainsaw Man. We have not really opened any of those, I don't think. I tend to get Kaya the Figma versions to put away for her later, like if she wants them as an adult, so that she can have like a unified set of anime figures because it's a lot easier to buy them and import them myself for 40, 50 bucks than it is for her to try to go get them when they're $300 in 10 years. So I am trying to do that in some way. So, but SH Figure Arts Chainsaw Man, pretty easy to get, I think, readily available. Awesome figure by far. It is by far my favorite import figure of the year. Figma Samus is awesome, but Chainsaw Man I have had so much fun playing with the whole year, and it stayed that way the whole year. So that's my list. Again, tomorrow you'll get a Christmas Eve vlog, a bonus vlog on Christmas Day, and then we'll pick this back up on Tuesday. So hope you enjoyed this end of the year list, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Squeeze it.